the struggle with the components still carries on. It is. I would like to have the ability to, or what would be nice is if the container I'm watching here is not showing up here, but maybe they. the the bizarre part is that for this container it does, for some reason. This medium cargo container is not showing up in this list. Maybe because I have hidden the... Yeah, I've hid the empty and it doesn't... You kind of have to reload the filter there. Okay. But we should soon fly. This has no real worth anymore. Otherwise I'm sitting here for hours and I'm just looking at these cargo containers, because cargo construction, again, the construction components will, even with the connected assemblers, will take ages. I'm always thinking of just removing them and bringing them to the back. Maybe some more reactor components. Again, a big reactor will have, I think, 960 reactor components, or a good 2000. Let's see. Big reactor has you can't see it in here. That's bad. Good. Last week, what updates did we have last week? Mostly multiplayer stuff. You can communicate now with... Here, this is kind of the chat here. You can communicate with your faction and with people in your antenna range and all that stuff. Nice stuff. All the other stuff is that you can set up yeah, programming details before you start a world, and can set up things in the mod list where you can go and say, okay, the game should behave this and that way. All the programming stuff goes far above my head, and this again, sifting through the list here, this I talked about that, I think, last week, that I'm not really, I don't know, I'm not too happy about the programming stuff, because I'm not a programmer, and for me that kind of cuts out all the programming stuff. The programmable block will never be a thing that I really use, because I can't use it. I'm not able to do that. And now people can say, yeah, you should learn it, maybe. No. No, guys. No, I can't do that. If I had nothing else to do, then I could learn to program C++, don't know, C something. But just to learn how to use the programmable block in Space Engineers, I'm not too sure. I saw one of the other hyperminers getting into Lua, and no. programming, learning. Programming is like learning a different language, and learning some other languages is way over my head right now. I learned English. every other foreign language after that I tried. Nope. I failed. The what I learned in school, in our school system, or in most schools in Germany, you at one point have the chance to say, okay, I want you learn English. That is a prerequisite. I learned that from kind of the 5th grade. So I came out of elementary school and went into the higher school system there, and from there I learned English. Worked out well, I hope. I hope you can say yes to the fact that my English is at least okayish. And in 7th grade, we got the decision to make if we want to learn French or Latin. And me, dumb guy, saying I want to learn Latin because I don't know. I heard from someone that's only learning words, and the grammar is easy and you can do that. And I failed hard. I failed hard in Latin, and mostly because I am a lazy bum, or I was a lazy bum at that point. I don't know. It was not a thing I wanted to learn. At that time I was not really interested in school too much. So I didn't. My aversion of learning Latin carried on until I could say, okay, I don't want to have Latin anymore. At one point in when I made my, how can you say that? We have something that's called, or I got a degree that's called Abitur, and that's kind of the highest school, the highest. It's like when you end high school and don't know, that's your degree. Is it degree that you can get there? Kind of. I will not go too deep into the details. Some people also say it depends on the school you went to and all that stuff. But at one point in the last 3 years, you are doing this. When you are doing this degree of, then you have the ability to decide what do you want to learn in school, and it depends. You can't get rid of everything. Now let's take one more look on what is still getting produced. I might wait for that. You might have listened to my stories a bit more, so you can decide a bit what you want to get rid of. Okay, I don't have silicon anymore. Good, I will have to dig for silicon. And if you still keep one foreign language, you can get rid of the others, and it depends on what other classes you take. and I was able to get rid of that, let's say. And at one point I even, and that's the thing I shouldn't tell, but at one point me and my English teacher were not too happy that we had to keep up with each other. And at one point in higher education, I even got rid of English. At one point, I also could get rid of English, and because I was not too fond of my English teacher, I got rid of that too, and didn't learn the higher degrees of English. I hope it is enough for all of you to understand me. Okay, this thing will speed up the process to get to the station a lot. Let's hope we don't hit any asteroids. I'm still considering to up the speed. Oh, by the way, nobody left me any comments about the Stargate system. Does that mean you're okay with it, or does that mean you are not okay with it? Nah, you will have to tell me. Good. Do I have to do more school talk? 15 hours of flight time. We are at 45 kilometers. What's the max speed of this ship? It is 600. It is 6,000 meters per minute, and that is 3,600 kilometers per hour. Is that right? All you math genies will have to tell me. I didn't get rid of math. I took that into my that was one of the final classes. When you're doing your Abitur, you're getting normal grades, and in the end you have to make 4 big I'm searching for the word and it will not get to me. Yeah, you have to make 4 final tests, and these tests give you kind of decide if you get your final degree there, and one of them was mathematics, but only on, don't know, 3rd number. It was just one small test and nothing too major there. I can't even remember what I did there. It went so, don't know, higher mathematics, they got deleted out of my brain so fast.